Welcome back to the Stoop, football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and no, I am not on the stoop. I am downstairs in the basement. But yo, Leeds United fans, what is going on? You guys must be I guess stoked to take a point. I know you guys should have been. You were probably itching there at the last minute, thinking that you could nick a winner coming through there. But well fought match. Especially when I saw the team sheet and I saw Mr. Tyler Roberts was in there again. But a lot of people are saying man of the match performance. I'm saying a couple of times where he could have had some greatness that let you guys down. So to bring in some extra commentary, let's bring on my co-host, Mr. Mark.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
Hey, I gotta say, it was a well-fought match. It was quite entertaining.
Absolutely. You know, last match was a preview. This was the main course. You know, it was just as well fought, just as well entertaining. It had a little weather in there. It had a little drama. Another Leeds player going down in the first half. I hope Bamford is okay. It does not look good. And,
you know, the fact that he was running around.
Pointed out, Rodrigo also was a little nicked up toward the end there. But I think there was a lot of Leeds players that were getting a bit nicked up in that match.
Yeah, we got to figure out. We'll see what's up with Bamford. He did run around for a bit, and he was able to move. But I think so. His injury is not as. It's concerning, but Rodrigo, that's freaking weird. He comes on and then he's subbed off and then goes straight down the tunnel. So, but first of all, let's say hello to everybody who's been waiting for the stream to start. Miss Karen C, what's going on, Karen C? Get those cats close in there. She told me that she put on one of our videos one day and her cat perked up and came running over to her. So we're going to start talking to Karen's cats. But Karen is a Patreon member, so she is a member of our squad. So every time she posts a comment on here, we acknowledge it and we say hi, we say what's up, as well as a couple other people. Mr. Tom, welcome back. Mr. Tom was up all night with us for happy hour. I think he was the last man standing. Via Martin, good to see you. Mike Pickles, also a Patreon member. So, guys, please hit that like button if you like what we're doing, or if you like Leeds United's performance, or if you like Chelsea's performance. Not much money was won at the bookies today. No. And I would have actually lost because I'd put my money on Leeds for the win. But guys, we'll be getting to both Naji and James. You'll be able to hoot and holler with James and talk a bunch of trash to Naji. And I like that comment from Ben Johnson. Lolo's quickly taking his secret jersey off. Yeah, every time you see we're a minute behind our start time, it's because I'm taking off all my Leeds United face tattoos and all that you guys think I have.
He's got the face paint.
But so let's go ahead and bring these guys in because I'm anxious to see what Naji says, and I know what James is going to say pretty much. So let's bring these guys in. Naji in Brooklyn, James in New Orleans. We've got our Leeds United fan, our Chelsea fan. What's going on? Hey, director, can we swap sides with them because James is kind of under the Chelsea. There we go. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, that was unacceptable.
So let me ask, who's the happiest out of the two of you? I know Naji pregame was saying, "Oh, we're happy with the point. We're happy with the point," but you were talking some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leeds is clearly the happier of the two squads, right?
I'm elated. I'm actually elated with the point.
Exactly. It's bonus points right there, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, after our run of form lately, I mean, we needed that. I mean, that was we looked like we belonged today. Very composed in the back. I thought Llorente and Struck were both fantastic. Melier very composed. Calvin Phillips as usual, workmanlike performance.
Oh my God! Did your heart
messes and
did your heart drop?
Incredible.
did your heart drop like in the first 10, 15 minutes when he went down?
Yes.
Oh my!
Yes.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. And a mate of mine from Leeds posted, Calvin hurt. I was like, oh no, come on.
Yeah.
No. No, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he'll be
But
fine.
yeah,
So, Naji, how are you feeling with that point? With that drop 2 points is what I'm gonna call it.
Hey, no, it's a point that we won today. It was a good game. It was an exciting game, and both teams could have won it, and no one has played Chelsea like Leeds played today. And I want to tip my hats off to Leeds United and Marcelo Bielsa and all the players for a great game today. The point was well deserved.
Yeah, man.
Naji, do not make me start to like you as a Chelsea fan, man. Come on, that's not acceptable. Yeah, come on, we can't. Oh, okay, all right.
Come on, Naji. Where's the? I'm so disappointed in my club. My club, we dropped 2 points to the shitty Leeds United.
That's what happened. You dropped 2 points.
Everybody's talking about 13 games unbeaten. 12 games unbeaten, 10 clean sheet. No, I'm not gonna talk about this today. We have issues, and it showed today. So you should
hold on, Naji. What was that? You said you have issues.
We have issues in the final third. We're dominating. We had 62 possession of the ball, but we couldn't score.
Yeah.
And we scored 12 goals in 13 games total. That's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, these stats are crazy for a Leeds match. Chelsea with double the amount of shots, double the amount of shots on target.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Leeds got a clean sheet. So it's mind blowing.
That's what Leeds wanted us to do. We were from outside. Everything was from outside the box. Rudiger, Ziyech, Melia had some good saves, but you cannot play Kai Havertz as a false 9 and keep him the whole game there, because he is not a striker. He's going to drop to the back and try to get the ball because he's not getting the ball up there, and that can avoid in the attack. Chelsea had no focal point up front, and that's a problem for Chelsea today too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the best scoring opportunity of the day was Rodrigo. And the header that he missed.
A free header, man.
A free header. Nah, I mean, that was that was disappointing.
Have you heard?
That's what I'm saying. Both teams had some good chances, especially in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Chelsea could have scored twice. Leeds had that crossbar that Mendy got a fingertip to it. That was the first 20 minutes was awesome, to say the least.
Well, I mean, Chelsea had a lot of success very early on our left side with Pulisic running against Alioski. Yeah. And I mean, I thought that would create something for them, and it did. I mean, you ended up getting a couple opportunities from that. But yeah, I mean, there were opportunities for both sides. I just thought that I thought Rodrigo's opportunity was. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
he goes to either side of Mendy, and that's a goal.
Now, Naji, I had posted on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that about Christian Pulisic. So big fan, American boy. We're very proud of him. We like the way he plays. Was very scared during the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Not happy that he got injured, but as an Arsenal fan, was happy that he wasn't on the pitch anymore because he was destroying us.
Yeah. Seeing
him start. What were your thoughts about that when you saw that he was starting?
I was so happy he was starting the game after six time when he came off the bench for Chelsea so far under Tuchel. But this is not his position. He can't play as a wing back. You need to put him up front instead of you want to play Ziyech and Mount. You can't play Pulisic today. If you want to play Pulisic, you have to have him in instead of Ziyech up front because Mason Mount for us is really important. So I felt he was a little bit. He was not comfortable. He has to defend. We saw him a lot inside of the Chelsea box defending, and that's not his job.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Mark, on Pulisic's performance?
I mean that's a really good question for me. I think it was kind of mixed. as far as what as far as your post on Twitter and Facebook and all the social media, it was like, all right, you're getting the start with Tuchel. Make the best of your opportunity. I'm not sure he did, and I agree with Naji. I don't think he was played in a proper position. Does he start again? Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think he was kind of ineffective because he was in the wrong position.
Right. I mean, I think for both teams there was a lot of, we had talked about starting lineups in the pre-match, and even last night during happy hour we talked about some of the matchups and some of the lineup. And I was surprised.
We were really wrong with the starting.
We were very wrong. For me, I was shocked. Yeah. I was really surprised that Hudson-Odoi didn't get the start.
Yeah.
I feel Chelsea is a much stronger team with him in.
Yeah.
Both lineups, Mark.
I didn't think Strike was going to play at all, and he ended up in the starting lineup.
And
Alioski started. He hasn't been starting for a while. There was a lot.
Strike was good.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
he was better than Llorente to me.
Yeah.
No, he's solid, man.
Yeah, Karen,
he's a solid defender. But I thought, getting back to Pulisic, though, I thought Pulisic did pretty well against Alioski the first half of that match. I thought he created some things down that wing.
Yeah.
Created a couple of opportunities. I mean, I know he's playing out of position. That's not his natural position. But still, I thought he did okay. Nothing came of it, but still. You were getting something down there, and that seemed to be like the direction of Chelsea's attack was on our left side, Chelsea's right.
Yeah,
and that everything was coming down that flank. So I don't know. I wanted to do well, but we'll see.
Yeah, it seemed like
not against us.
Pre-rain, pre-downfall. There seemed to be
right there for you, Jason.
There was a lot going on. For Pulisic, but then after the rain, it seemed to both teams kind of bogged down with it.
Speaking of bogs, sorry, just quick comment, and then we can go back to actual stats. But speaking of bogs, the pitch looked the best that it's looked in forever, and it's been raining like crazy. I don't understand that.
I think
no comment from anybody.
I think the sun dried it out a little bit.
Today, Leeds United, or actually Leeds, need to fire their landscaping company today.
It's Tottenham, man. Tottenham gave us that pitch.
It was one of the worst pitch I've ever seen. Chelsea couldn't. I was like a bit nervous playing from the back today.
Yeah.
But one thing about the formation of Chelsea, Tuchel had an eye on the Champions League game next week. So I think Hudson-Odoi is going to play there. Giroud might play. So I think, that's why the formation was a little bit different from what we thought.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Very, the Leeds pitch. But the thing is, that's what we're saying. You think the pitch was bad. We've been watching Leeds every week since they got that shitty ass turf from London.
Slipping has cost us scoring opportunities.
There wasn't much of that.
It was not so bad.
And injuries.
There wasn't very much of that today.
No.
So, whoa, what's going on, Valentina from Bucharest? Good to see you. You had that flag ready. Don't forget, there's 40 of us in the chat right now. Don't forget to hit that like button. It means a lot. And if you could hit that share button, that would be fantastic as well. And if I could plug my laptop in so I don't get
I just want to talk about one thing today from Chelsea's point of view. We got maybe like 5 corners today for Chelsea. And Leeds United is one of the worst team defending corners. All of them were awful today.
You guys were terrible.
Yeah, they were really bad. Yeah.
It was almost embarrassing.
I was texting to the WhatsApp group saying Chelsea needs to work on needs to take advantage of these corners. They've had a couple, and so far they've been, and I was like, what word do I choose? Atrocious, horrendous, pitiful, lousy. I felt like the Breakfast Club when he's going stupid, lazy. But yeah, they were bad. Yeah. And that's your opportunity against Leeds United to score almost at will. And they were over the top. They were to nobody.
And at least, you know, Meslier is not that strong goalkeeper that he's gonna that commands his 6-yard box. You know, he's not a big goalkeeper like Mendy or you know, other goalkeepers. So you have to test him. And Chelsea didn't do that today.
He makes mistakes when you test him. When
I was
he
a little
has
worried.
to decide, he can make a mistake. He's prone to mistakes. So
yeah, I was a little worried about Messier today. He was spilling them pretty early on, and I felt that was going to bite him in the ass. But in the second half, he tightened up. He had a couple of good saves.
No, I thought he played. I thought he played a really good match. Yeah, he spilled the ball a couple of times, which is a harmless, like, you know. I mean, there weren't any Chelsea, you know, players around, thank God. But yeah, I mean, I thought overall his performance was really good. I mean, no glaring errors.
yeah. On Rodrigo, Via Martin says, I think Rodrigo was hooked just to shore up a bit. I thought that at first. I thought, okay, clearly we're taking an attacker off here to put Cleach in, who can kind of game manage. But then Rodrigo went straight down the tunnel. That's what was weird. Maybe he's just like trying to go get ice or something straight away. I don't know. So we'll have to.
Groin injuries take a long time to heal, man.
Yeah,
you know, and you're never quite right. I mean, I had one playing rugby, and it lingers. I mean, it can linger for an entire season, and especially like you know, a sport like football or like rugby where you're running constantly. It's just it's a strain.
Yeah.
So.
I just want to. His body language didn't seem injured. That's the first thing.
No. He had just had that header.
Yeah, when he was and he went off the field on the other side, and but I see it strange from Bielsa. Like I saw it strange from Tuchel when he did it with Hudson-Odoi. I didn't like it, you know. But I don't think we should complain that much about it.
Who did Hudson-Odoi come on for?
When Hudson-Odoi came off at halftime, and then he was changed after like 25 minutes from the second half.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like 2 matches ago.
I didn't like it, but I was like, we shouldn't do a big deal out of it then, and we shouldn't do a big deal out of it right now.
Listen, Ben AZ Leeds Johnson, is that Arizona Leeds? Anyway, he says Mendy shit himself every time we closed him down. To be honest, out of the two, I thought he was a little stressed. He looked a little stressed at times. I don't know if he completely shat himself, but what do you think? Because he's been so solid for you. But like we were saying last night on the happy hour, who would your combined 11 be? And we were everyone was like Ben Mendy or Edouard Mendy. And then we were all like, but Mellier's been very good with a worse defense. Does Mendy have all these clean sheets because his defense is better? Like, would Meslier have that many clean sheets with that defense? Or would Mendy have as many as he does with Leeds' defense?
I'll be honest with you. For me,
Mendy's pretty damn good.
Mendy all day. I mean, he's tall. He can command the ball. I don't know how much is his wingspan, but that shot that he removed, the reflect he did, you know, when he removed it with his hand, when he was going on to the other side, that tells you a lot about his reflexes. And I don't think Pep has it. And that's why he is in the starting 11 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fills the net very well.
I'm just saying, for Leeds United, Meslier, as young as he is, he has 10 clean sheets this season with as poor of a defense as they have. And their defense is poor and porous, as well as constantly attacking. So if he had an actual back four that was solid and non-porous, he may have, 15, 20 clean sheets like Mendy's going to have. What's up, Ben? Arizona, liked it. Love to hear it. You had to get up even earlier, so that would put you at 5:30 in the morning to watch this. Good on you, man. Don't forget to subscribe, and everybody hit that like button, hit that share. If you like what we're talking, send it out to the world right now. Anyway.
It's like a Leeds mate of mine said that if Mendy had clipped his fingernails this morning, we would have had 2 goals.
Yeah. Mr. Tom says Bielsa must have heard Rodrigo speaking ill of the top knot. And I was wondering during the match, does it make you guys mad as Leeds fans when you hear the commentators mention the man bun? When they say, oh,
yeah, they call it the bun.
With the bun. I'm like, no, it's a top knot.
it's become a characteristic of the team.
If you're calling it a bun, it makes me feel
ceaseless running, terrible on defending, terrible on set pieces, and man buns.
Right.
And man buns.
Yeah,
That's
when you join Leeds, that's the last thing they ask you.
It's all part of the narrative, man. It's all part of the narrative. It's whatever.
We need to give Bielsa a lot of credit today. I loved him on the touchline, how he was, Chelsea is a big club and he was going for it. Let's go, guys. Let's go get it. And I love this attitude. And then that's what I think Leeds were so motivated today on the field while the match was going on. They're like, yeah, we can win this one. Look at our coach, giving us all these instructions. He wasn't happy with the draw.
No. And with Bamford out too. I mean, that's
yeah.
When you lose the focus of your attack in the first half, I mean, it's then you have to reshuffle things. Because when he first brought Rodrigo on, Rodrigo kind of went into that number 9 position. He went into the striker position, and then at halftime he made adjustments, switched up Roberts, put Roberts in there, and then also switched sides with Harrison and Rafinha.
Yeah.
Now let's get back to Jack Harrison. I mean, Jack obviously did not have another stellar game today. He just doesn't look like the same player to me. I mean, before he looked so dynamic. He was causing the opposition so many problems. The last month or so, he has looked really off. So I don't know. I mean, today obviously you saw his body language. He was taken out of the game. He was kind of hunched over and shaking his head. I mean, it was obvious that there's something wrong. Like I said, I've been saying this for the last week or so. There's something wrong there. I don't know if it's an injury, if he's just sort of run himself out. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And Rodrigo scored against Chelsea before when he was playing with Valencia in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought that up.
I was like, I hope not. I hope he doesn't do it today.
He had his chance, man.
Yeah, he did.
His chance. You can't ask for a better opportunity than that.
Definitely had his chance. Okay, so to everybody watching along with us, we got about 45 people watching with us. Make sure to hit that like button, but also get on your keyboards. And right now, I want to get everybody's overall man of the match. All right, so type in right now, put it in the comments, and we're gonna start with the two actual club fans. So which one of you guys wants to start with your man of the match?
Go ahead, Naji.
All right, Naji.
I need to give this some thought.
Look, Leeds United played an awesome game, and I'm sure someone deserved a man of the match there, but I'm gonna go with Rudiger today. Leeds United had so many dangerous crosses, and Rudiger at the last minute was like nicking them away, corners, and he was going forward. I don't know, you guys saw Rudiger going forward a lot today. He even had a long range shot that Meslier saved. But I think Rudiger was awesome. Chelsea kept a clean sheet, so it's also easier to do it that way. I think Rudiger was, for me, man of the match today.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. He did. Bamford was sitting on some easy head-in goals.
Even
now you're never a sure thing with Bamford, but Rudiger at last second got him.
Leeds United had so many dangerous corners today, and Rudiger was always there.
Wow. Look, Ken Lalobo says, I'm a Leeds fan, and I agree that it was Rudiger. So good one there. Conche says Alioski. I think you might be on your own there, pal. I don't know. James can surprise us. So, James, who do you think? We got a lot of calls for Tyler Roberts, some KP.
Yeah, there are two candidates here for me. One is Tyler Roberts. The other is Calvin Phillips. Tyler Roberts, I thought, played his best match since the restart last season. I mean, by far. I mean, he looked dangerous at times. Was unlucky not to. But for an amazing touch by Mendy. I mean, that would have been an incredible goal. But I mean, I'm going with Calvin Phillips. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, he's back there playing deep. He's playing kind of as a third center back. He's cleaning up messes. He's doing sort of typical sort of Calvin workman-like performance, but also going into attack, link-up play, everything. I thought that Calvin Phillips was the man of the match for me.
Wow, we've got calls for Llorente, Conte or Roberts, Llorente again, Barry Douglas.
Conte was
Bernie
awesome today.
Douglas. That's for Mark. Mark, are you typing that? Did you type that?
Oh no, sir.
Mr.
You
Tom.
think I know
The
who
former-
Barry
the
Douglas
former
is?
Dingle player?
I
Yeah,
don't even know who Barry Douglas is.
yeah.
Yeah, Conte was awesome today too. You know, we can't forget that he was breaking the ball away. You know, when Liz was counterattacking, or he played really well. Conte today.
Listen,
Okay, and yeah, I mean, I'll never choose an opposing player as man of the match. So that's you know that Logo.
definitely.
So that's not going to happen, and then especially not a Chelsea player. So it's not going to happen.
Didn't expect anything different.
Did you see though the stat earlier on in the match that Chelsea has not beat us 2 times in the same season in the top flight since 1937?
Yeah, I got
Wow.
that. I was waiting to beat you guys to mention it today.
He had that
Well, you're
queued
gonna
up.
wait another year.
I had that written up. You know.
Well, that's a harsh red. That's a straight red. Nobody
A
even got
red
a
for
yellow.
Naji? That's a red
Yeah.
for Naji,
I
right?
believe that's a red.
I don't know. Do we have an arrow?
That's my-
Yep, Naji.
That's
Okay, yeah, Naji.
That's my
Yeah,
average.
red
One
card.
red for the show.
Hey,
No.
and if you guys love the production value on our show, with our director popping in all these graphics, all these comments,
Who's a Leeds fan?
he's actually a Leeds fan.
John is a newly minted Leeds fan.
He's
Just
a
so you guys
Rangers
know-
fan.
Every Friday night we do a happy hour, and we go for a couple of hours to the public, and then we do a private after hours happy hour that's private, and it's only for Patreon members and people who post up super chats. And our director actually comes on camera smoking his stogie, and you get to see him talking with his Brooklyn accent, talking about hockey. And he says, when he's always asked, why are you a Leeds United fan? And he said, because they play like they're hockey players. They just fucking go for it. So if you guys want to show some appreciation to John, to John, our director, put it in the comments or come visit us on Happy Hour. Become a Patreon patron. It costs nothing, and it just shows that you support what we're doing, and you'll get to hang out and have a conversation with him. Patreon members like, who do we have here today? We have Mr. Tom, we have Karen C, we have Mr. Pickles. And Mr. Pickles, I got your note in Patreon this morning. That's fantastic. I'm going to write you a long email back there. But, okay, Mark, it's time for you and I to choose our overall man of the match. And I'm going to let you go because I still haven't decided. I can still be swayed in the comments.
You know, let's start with Leeds. I think Tyler Roberts
Overall,
is the man of the
pal.
match. Overall, I thought it was for each player.
No,
for
we'll
each
get
team.
there. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, I think Tyler Roberts mostly I was mostly impressed with. I think this was his best game since he was inserted in the starting lineup like 3-4 matches ago. We've kind of watched a steady decline. With him, we've been kind of, I think last match we kind of harped on him and said that, maybe this was the last time that we would see him in the starting lineup. I thought he played very well. He had a couple of strikes on, he had a couple of shots on goal. I would go with Phillips, but I don't think the middle was that strong for Leeds today. But that's just me, the guy that hasn't been watching soccer for very long. But I would give it to Roberts.
All right. I think that's valid. A lot of people were saying they were going with Roberts. I just want to take a note. I see Timothy McCarthy is here, another one of our Patreon members. I think our very first Patreon patron, and he says John C, the MVP of OTS. I would also say the MVP MOTM of most episodes. Man of the match goes to our director. But thank you so much, Tim, as well, Patreon member there. So I would say that the thing that keeps me from saying Tyler Roberts is man of the match, he had a very good game. The problem is he could have had a great game. He could have been an epic hero. The man who brought down Chelsea in the Premier League, and he had so many good touches. He had so many good touches throughout the game, but then the times where those touches could have destroyed Chelsea. He got too excited and he had a bad touch. And that's what I've been saying about him. Anytime he gets a chance to score when he's not offside, because when he's offside, he always scores. But when he's not offside and he gets a chance to score, the little chihuahua inside of him, and he fucks it up. And the time when he notices, oh my God, look at all this separation. Christensen played me wrong. Rudiger played me wrong. Here comes the ball. He makes the wrong choice, the bad touch. So I'm not going to give it to Tyler Roberts. And don't be mad at me, Leeds United fans. Hear me out on this. I'm giving man of the match to Conte. The reason is I believe that without Conte, Leeds United wins that match. Because he owned the center of the park. He owned the center of the pitch, and he seemed to always be defending, yet always moving forward. And him and Calvin Phillips were having a good little battle. So it was close to Calvin Phillips as well being the man of the match. But I think I got to give it to Conte because Leeds United looked more likely to score, yet he shows his quality, man. That guy, I think any team in the world would love to have Conte. And like I said before, he seems to be a really good person as well. And so that always plays a little bit. I never want to give man of the match to an asshole. So the reason he gets man of the match was because Leeds was so good, yet he kind of stopped that. So I'm going for Leeds. I'm still on your side, Leeds United, but I got to give it to Conte.
Yeah, I mean, I would
got
say,
Lolo the politician here. He's hedging both of his bets.
I'm trying to get all the votes.
Yeah, yes, very, very good, Lolo, very good. I'm voting for you next election. But I would say that yeah, I mean, we gave up a lot of space in the middle of the pitch, obviously, because Calvin plays so far back today. So that allowed Chelsea to exploit that to some degree. And that's why you saw them. I mean, Rudiger even bringing the ball up through the center of the pitch a couple of times. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But I thought, yeah, I'll defend Calvin. I mean, I thought Calvin just did a superb job. As always, I pick him man of the match whenever he's playing because he's just so consistent. I mean, he's so incredibly consistent. Yeah. And you see him out there, and he's running his ass off and doing everything on both ends, and just amazing to me. I mean, if you can't tell, he's my favorite player.
Yes, definitely. We got another Australian fan here. I think Saul is finally sleeping. Saul was up with us forever. Or is he here? What was funny, James and Naji, the beginning of the match, I love this with teams that play Leeds United. The first 10 minutes, the other team is constantly looking at the ref like, what the fuck? What the fuck? The dude just ran me over. What the fuck? What the fuck? And somebody, I forget who it was. Somebody was one of the Chelsea players got the ball near the not the touch line, the oh my God, I'm losing, almost out of bounds. And I think it was Stuart Dallas just fucking runs and he gets the ball, but tangles legs and clearly fouls him. And you could tell there's no way that Stuart Dallas is. It wasn't even a challenge. The guy had the ball. It wasn't getting there at the same time. It was Stuart Dallas going, "What's up, man? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up?"
No, Phillips, Calvin nailed
and Calvin
today.
Same thing. Calvin, same thing. It's like they're not afraid to give those early challenges because they're pretty sure they're not going to get booked early.
Yeah.
But it was Stuart Dallas going, "What's up?"
They play high intensity for sure, progressive football. But today the referee was excellent.
He was very good.
And even the touchline with all the offsides and everything, it was really good. Today the referee was the best referee.
It was a good match. Good match.
I'm so happy we're not talking about VAR. I'm so happy we're not talking.
I know.
Oh, I know.
I'm so happy to say the ref did well. That makes me so happy. Fucking hell. I'm so tired of talking about VAR.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All of us.
But instead of talking about VAR, let's talk about the bar, because the posts and the crossbar were hit a few times on both sides, right?
Yeah.
There was that one, I forget. Well, first of all, there's the one that missed the crossbar, but it was like a clearance from somebody off Llorente's chest.
Off Llorente, yeah.
And you just saw him like, oh
I
shit.
thought that was going in.
Aileen was, I think Aileen hit that, trying to clear it, and it comes off of Llorente.
Yeah.
Jake Jordan says, we all hate Leeds scum.
Oh,
But he also
God.
said marching on together from Leeds. So I don't know. I'm confused. You got to put that in quotes so we know you mean other people are saying this. He also says, I want to come to New Orleans so James can watch Leeds with a proper Leeds fan. I think he has some.
I think James is a proper Leeds fan.
I think James watches it with a mirror. So he can go, can you believe that shit? No, I can't. Fuck him.
No, I would say this, that usually in New Orleans, because we have so many tourists that come through, that a lot of the people that I watch Leeds matches with in bars that, when we get together, outside of the pandemic or before the pandemic, was with a lot of people from Yorkshire and all who would come through New Orleans. They would contact me through Leeds United New Orleans, and then we'd get together and organize a meetup. And meet them. So usually it was with people from Yorkshire who are either season ticket holders or regulars at the matches at Elland Road, and so that was always good before the pandemic. That was normal for us.
Look at that, Karen C. She knows what she's talking about. James is 100% Leeds.
No, 100%. Yeah.
And in Arizona, our Arizona fan says New Orleans meat. I'm down. Yeah, look, post-pandemic, we're going down to New Orleans and doing a Stoop. That's my old haunting ground. I lived there for a very long time. And then we're going to Leeds, motherfuckers.
Well, Lola, I gotta find a bar. I have to find a bar though here in New Orleans that I haven't been thrown out of.
I'll find you one.
So we'll find the bar. We'll find a bar that I haven't been thrown out of for harassing other football supporters.
So we'll have to find a bar that's not a football bar that we just tell them to put the game on, and we'll fucking go lock it down.
There are enough bars here. We'll be fine. We'll find something.
Let me tell you one thing. I will never watch a game with James. I'm telling you from there.
That's not the first time I've heard that, Naji. Believe me.
Yo, what's going on in Germany? So listen, man, we've got people in like 10 different time zones pretty much. We've got Australians here. We've got Germany. We've got Leeds. We've got Romania. We've got New York. We've got New Orleans. We've got Arizona. If only
we're here, we're there, we're every fucking where.
If only Revolt Arcade was awake, if Bob was up and on here, that would be our California connection.
Yeah, no
we'd
doubt.
have.
And we also have Ty, the guy from Thailand.
Is he here?
No, I don't think he's here. But we have
had him in the past. We don't have him today.
Singapore.
Hey, there we go.
Singapore. There you go.
Big up. Yo, if you guys like what we're doing, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, put in a 99-cent sticker. Look, all this little bit that we do, it helps us continue what we're doing. And it tells my wife, hey, look, I made some money on this. It's not a lost cause. She's like, how much you make? 99 cents. You were live for 10 hours. Doesn't matter. We love talking. We're trying to represent what it feels like to be an American watching football. You got to talk to people from other teams, even if you don't like it, like James. So now listen.
Yeah, they just don't like me, man. I don't mind it. They just hate me. They said, look, it's not my problem. It's their problem. So that's the way I look at it.
Yo, Jameson's in France. I always forget that. Because as soon as I see Jameson, I just think Ireland. So guys, I know you don't want to do this. Well, I know James doesn't want to do this, but let me get your man of the match for the other team. It was a draw, so the man of the match is a very balanced choice. So Naji, give me your man of the match from the Leeds United side.
From Leeds United, I think Llorente in defense was really good with Alioski, but I think Llorente held his ground today. Chelsea were coming after him. Were coming after the Leeds defenders, and I think he was good with headers, and I think he did a great job today.
Yeah, Llorente was solid. I agree with that.
Yeah, he was solid today.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you, Darren Wong. $2 or 2 SGD. He's in where's Darren? Singapore. So we'll figure out what that conversion is. But listen, it doesn't matter what the conversion is. If you put one penny, it just shows us that
we know you're out there.
It just gives us some drive. Llorente, I don't know. I thought Stroik was better than Llorente, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was making graphics and shit and didn't see the times when he was great. But hey, well, I like that, Valentina.
You rarely heard either one of their names mentioned. Meant that they were both playing well.
Okay. So then there's that. There's that.
Yeah. No, really. I mean, neither one of them made really any mistakes. I mean, Llorente, of course, had that ball going, and it would have been his fault. Yeah. And they just were both really, really solid back there. And I thought, for a partnership that is brand spanking new, I think, this is the first time they've ever partnered back there. Yeah. Then that's pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was good. And Stroik brings a lot of physicality. He's really tall. So that was, it could be something for the future.
So who would you pick? We got Wakefield here as well. I don't know where that is.
But, Wakey. No, it's south of Leeds.
And then Bradford Whites as well. Yeah.
Yeah, shaky Wakey.
Keep putting it in, guys. I love seeing where everybody's at all over the world. Let us know where you're at. LS14, what does that mean? You know what that means?
It's an area around
a road, isn't it?
So Elland Road is LS11.
Oh, okay. Cool. So James, I know you don't want to do this, but which one of the Chelsea players? I know you don't know their names because you don't know any other players in the league besides Leeds players. So just say that guy that plays back here, the guy who played next to Calvin, something like that.
The big tall black dude in the back.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm gonna go with Rudiger.
Rudiger, yeah.
I mean, that guy's imposing, to say the least. I mean, it's tough to get anything past him. But I was going to go with Rudiger or Christensen. I thought Christensen also had a pretty good game.
Dude, the dude is stealing. Whose spot is he taking, Naji?
It's Thiago Silva.
He's taking Thiago Silva. The dude hadn't played in forever, and then comes in and he's bossing that.
Yeah, today he was a little bit shaky. I don't know why. A little bit. He was scaring me a little bit with some passes at the back. And I'm sure every Chelsea fan will tell you today that he wasn't at his best, but he was okay today.
Yeah.
But he's been doing great lately. Yeah.
But Rudiger would be it for me. Rudiger would be
of course, for sure.
He was another one who was on the outs with Fat Frank.
Lampard. Lampard almost sold Rudiger this summer. Almost.
Fat Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I miss him. When's he going to resurface?
I know. We were so sad. We were so sad to see him go.
No, and now Chris Wilder's going. Come on.
I was sad to see him go. Are you kidding me?
I love to hate. Was that?
I was sad to see him go. They were doing exactly what I wanted them to do as Chelsea.
I know, right? I know. It was depressing. I was depressed.
Old Gardner.
Hopefully he surfaces someplace.
Hey, old Gardner guy.
From the Blunts, I mean, two people Leeds fans love to hate.
Yeah. Old Gardner guy, Finland. Are you in Finland? That's awesome. He says 2 fingertip saves from Mendy helped Chelsea in the game. And I'd say two fingertip saves. He fucked you guys.
Yeah.
Mark, you picked. Who did you pick for your man of the match?
For
Tyler Roberts.
I picked Tyler Roberts for Leeds.
So pick a Chelsea.
Pick a Chelsea. Part of me does want to say Conte, just because how he matched up well with Phillips. But am I crazy to say that I might give it to Ben Chilwell? I thought he was all over the pitch today. Yeah, I think he was doing great things in the back, and I think he was doing great things forward.
Well, he bossed Harrison around.
Yeah,
I mean, he dominated Harrison.
so that's who I think would be my man of the match for Chelsea. Is
Again,
Ben
he's
Chilwell.
great, but his final touch was the problem. You know, his final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
listen,
a lot of players had problems with final touches today.
he had a big ask today, man. He had a big ask today.
Why are you saying his ass is big, man?
Ask. To basically run 100 meter dashes the entire time and then put quality in. Austria, what's going on, man? We need a map where we just keep plugging pins. Maybe I'll do that from now on. Back here, I'll put a map and then
That'd be awesome.
where everybody's at.
Hey, thanks,
Yo,
Ben. That's
Arizona in
Cool.
U.S. currency.
awesome. That's right.
That's enough to buy each one of us a Sunday morning beer because they're usually cheaper.
Oh, it'll get us a Mr. Frosty.
Mark's
I'm
obviously
gonna start
still
drinking
drunk.
right after this. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:30. Okay, 9:30 my time.
That means it's 8:30 in Ben's time. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for that, Ben. We really
doubt.
appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Ben. Cheers.
And like I said, it's more about the gesture that shows us that you believe in what we're doing, because you don't have to do that, and that means a whole lot to us. But Ben Chilwell was asked to do a shit ton, and then was asked to be perfect on his final touch, on his final ball, and it was rough. But he was good enough that forced a move from Bielsa, because he was owning Jack Harrison. So first he just tried to switch it to Rafinha on the other side, and then he made a move and pulled Jack Harrison, and then Chilwell was quiet.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think close to the.
That's why I was like, am I crazy?
No, I mean, it's your choice.
I mean, Mr. Tom says I'm still drunk, but if you remember, Mr. Tom, I cut out early
Because you were
I
drunk.
couldn't find the door.
Yeah. So let me see. So if I'm going with Leeds United, since I did pick a Chelsea player, I told you I just can't pick Tyler Roberts. I'm thinking if it's not Calvin Phillips, Stuart Dallas, but I'm gonna say the guy who kept you in the game in the last second a handful of times. And listen, what were these stats? 8 shots on goal. I gotta go with Meslier, man. I think the dude's gonna be, in a couple years, he's gonna be the starting keeper for France. Could be the next World Cup. That's a stretch. There's a lot of good French keepers, but the dude's young. I think he's gonna get a call up, and look, like I said, porous defense. He made some stops, and did he spill a couple? Yeah, but he recovered, and he spilled in the right direction this time. And those are those little things that Bielsa talks about. You'll continue to play and you'll continue to get chances if I see you working on correcting those mistakes. You don't have to get them correct the very next time. You need to be working. And I saw a couple of his spills. He spilled to where there just happened to be nobody.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I agree. There was no one there. I mean, it seems to me those were like sort of predetermined spills, in a way.
Exactly.
Like, look, I don't want to risk, missing the ball, having it slip through my grasp. It might have been a wet ball too because of the conditions. So I think it's better just to send the ball to a spot where no one is.
Yeah.
And I think he sort of predetermined that. Yeah.
And that's having the split second reasoning of like, shit, this ball is coming off my hands, or if it comes off my hands, I got to make it go this way.
Yeah.
And that's not what he was doing early in the season. Lati,
Swami.
I don't know where. Oh, Lati, Finland.
Swami. How do you pronounce that in Finnish? It's like Suomi, right? It's the name for Finland.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, yo, where's your buddy Zayej?
He's hiding.
He's hiding. He's fucking hiding behind Phillips. No, look, I mean, Chelsea went at it. I think the better team, the team that played better on their scale was clearly Leeds. Leeds showed up and played some of their best football. And it wasn't all Pakistan whites.
Crazy.
Dude.
Absolutely crazy. Now we've covered the globe.
Wow. And I think Chelsea wasn't bad. They weren't bad, but they weren't the best Chelsea that we've seen.
Yeah. And then that's because of Leeds. You have to give credit to Leeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Let them do what they want to do. You know, they were after us for 90 minutes. They don't get tired. They were after us for 90 minutes, sprinting to press us high. So, you know.
Yeah.
Naji, don't make me like you, man. Come on.
I've
told you once, man. I'll tell you 1,000 times. I can't like a Chelsea fan, even though I do have a couple of mates who are unfortunately on the real dark side.
Yeah, hey, look. If we beat you 3-0 today, I won't beat you. You will hate me today. But
no, I had a mate who knew how much I hated the Scum, that he was afraid to tell me that he was actually a Scum supporter for years, and finally he came out to me as a Scum supporter.
Came out.
I mean, it was.
Dad, I have something to tell you. You're not gonna like it.
I need like a couple of months to digest this. So you're gonna have to give me some time, and so I can actually process this information, because I've never had a mate who was a Scum supporter before. So I mean, and for years I thought he was a Sunderland supporter. I was like, okay, Sunderland, the Black Cats, I can deal with that. They gave us Don Revy, and so fine. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, not the Scum, man.
Did he say? Now, James, listen. It wasn't a choice. I was born this way.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what he was getting at eventually. He was trying to maintain that fiction that I've been a Scum fan since the 1980s. Before Ferguson showed up. I was like, yeah, well, whatever. I was like, nah, you became like every American Scum fan. You became a Scum fan in the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in America, you basically only had Man United on TV every week. Bermuda Whites. What's going on, Bermuda Whites?
Oh my God. Yes.
Wow. I like Shabazz. Yo, you'll like this, James. Shabazz Ahmed, who's Pakistan Whites, said he bought a baby Leeds United clothes for his nephew's soon-to-be son, who is Chelsea. He was not happy today.
I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you, Mike Pickles, for the update. Palace is already up 1-0 on West Brom, further clinching the staying up for Leeds. I know you don't feel that's a problem. I don't feel that's a problem, but a point for Leeds today, especially a point against a top 4 club.
Chelsea stopped the bleeding today because they were going on a bad run of,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we need Fulham to lose.
Weederfish, welcome to the party, Weederfish. What have Black Eyed Peas, Prince Andrew, and Man U got in common? Shit since Fergie left. That's really good. Of course, I would say
I like it. I would
say the Black Eyed
steal that one.
I would say the Black Eyed Peas were way better before Fergie ever entered the picture, when they were an actual rap group, an actual hip hop group.
Yeah,
I saw them live in New Orleans at the House of Blues, but way before Fergie. And they stopped for about 45 minutes in the middle just to break dance. They just were breakdancing for like 45 minutes. There was just a beat behind them. They weren't singing. They were talking to the crowd. I was like, this is fucking fantastic. And then like a year later, I see them with Fergie doing pop. And I'm like,
Yeah, they were no Outcast, man.
No Outcast. No, get out of here.
What's that?
Or even Master P.
Master P.
Listen, guys, we're coming up on the hour mark. And I think that's where we're going to call it quits today, because like I said, it is my wife's birthday. It's her birthday weekend, and I set up a big Zoom type meeting with all of her friends from all over the world. So I'm gonna have to give her the internet capacity.
I thought there for a second you were gonna you had baked a giant cake and you're gonna jump out of it.
No.
That yesterday.
My daughter and I baked her a homemade cake from scratch, and it was fantastic. Shared it all on the block. So I'd love it if we could get some happy birthdays out to Mrs. Lolo over here. She would hate that I called her that. She also doesn't care for y'all to know her name anyway.
Wow.
But listen, without my wife's support, none of this would be happening. Honestly, none of this would be happening. And she's actually the one that some days when she says, "Do you have a show today?" And I say, "No, but I'm watching football." She goes, "Why? You're watching football. Why aren't you just going to do a show? Just go do a show." And I'm like, "Well, I want to help you out." She's like, "I don't need help. Go do a fucking show." So thank you all for all this, Mrs. Lowe. She's going to hate. Hopefully she's not watching. She always puts on her phone or on her laptop and puts in the background. Then she sends us notes because she's a producer. So it's fantastic. Let's not talk about it.
Let's not talk about that.
Don't bring it up, Con. Let's just say I haven't let my daughter support her club. So, and she's less of a supporter of football. She's more a supporter of the town. She likes the north of England better than the south of England. Let's just say that.
Well, naturally, yeah.
So, but you guys wouldn't be happy with who I say. But special happy birthday to her. And we're gonna wrap this thing up real quick with just a little look ahead to what's in store for both of your clubs in the coming week and in the table and all that. So, Naji, I know you're always the most prepared. So, Naji, we all need to Google some shit real quick. So, Naji, who does your team play next? What matches this week matter to you? All that stuff. And what are you looking for in the coming weeks?
Look, I'm gonna take it a game at a time, and the next game is Atletico Madrid. That's the focus there. The Champions League, we need a big performance from Chelsea. And I hope the players that were rested today will show up next week. And let's go to the quarterfinal. This is very important.
Yeah, man. All right, good. And who do you play next in the Premier League?
In the Premier League, I am not so sure.
You guys don't play until April, right?
Might be Sheffield United. Might be Sheffield.
No.
You guys play West Brom.
Okay.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's in April.
We're gonna relegate Big Sam, that's for sure. Big Sam is gonna be relegated next week.
All right. Well, James, next up for you is this Friday. Trip back to London? No, you guys are playing at home. No, you are going to London.
Trip back to London.
You're going to London to play Fulham. Now, listen, guys, we were just saying happy birthday to my wife. Please don't hate me if I'm not on here next Friday, because next Friday is my 10-year anniversary. So,
guys got an excuse every week.
We're going to see how much my wife actually does support us in this. But I may be doing this from a cabin in the woods. And if I am and have spotty reception, I'll be on and we'll talk Leeds Fulham and then happy hour after that.
And then it's my birthday the following day.
And then Saturday. Is
so I'll be good and pissed on Friday.
Okay. So maybe after the game,
whoever's producing that particular show, I feel sorry for them.
Have plenty of red cards available.
There'll be a lot of red cards. Yeah.
Awesome.
Red card accumulation.
So, James, what's going on with Leeds United? What are you looking forward to? Clearly Friday, going back to London. London curse. It can't continue against Fulham, can it?
No.
Let's hope not.
Look, if we take out Fulham on Friday, that pretty much solidifies any doubts that we will stay up at that point. So that'll be over. So the doubts are gone. That dispels all the doubts. Solidifies our position in the Premiership for next year. It's a big match, man. It's a bigger match than I think today's match was, and it's a match that I think we're going to win. and that's going to be, we're going to end the London curse. The London curse is going to be over with. That's going to be the birthday present from Leeds United to me and to all of us, but to me because it's my birthday weekend, and then the piss up begins.
Well, I hope
Out of the lash.
Patrick Bamford is going to be able to give you that gift.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, that's
going to be a tough get without him.
That's going to be the question. Yeah, I agree. I hope that it's just a minor knock,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Tom says the 3 games after Sheffield United are enough to give you fits or enough to make you shit yourself. Who do you have? Oh, wow.
Man City, Liverpool, and the scum. Yeah.
Ooh. But hey, look, like I said, going into Man City, Liverpool, scum, that's 0 expected points. That means just like today, this was 0 expected points. You got a point, it's a win. It turns into a win for morale. It turns into a win for the entire club, for the entire fan base.
Hey, look. Hey, we beat Tin Pot, Fulham, and the Blunts. Then, everything else is gravy. Everything else is gravy. Now, all Leeds fans can relax, and we can just, like I said, concentrate next year, improving the club through the transfer window, developing our younger players. I mean, that's, come on.
All right.
We sit back and enjoy it.
Well, guys, it's been fun. We hit the hour mark. I need to get upstairs. But Mark, thank you for all your insight.
Always. Whatever.
You didn't get to talk very much is what I'm saying. But thank you to everybody in the comments section. This was really fun from all over the world. Guys, we're going to have to go back and look at all these and mark down everybody who actually watched from all over the world, all different time zones. But this was a lot of fun. Naji and James, surprisingly cordial. But
well, Naji, he threw me off, man. Naji was so gracious, and he threw me off.
Like the result, I was very respectful. Like the result today.
I know. It's really early.
Well, awesome.
It takes me a while to get my aggro on.
Awesome. Well, thank you to all of the people who watched, who liked, who subscribed. Thank you so much to our Patreon subscribers. You guys are part of our club, and you guys are all our man of the matches or women of the matches. But once again, the man of the match of the stream goes to our director, John. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to come check us out tomorrow after the North London Derby. I want to see all those Leeds talking smack about whichever team or about both teams. It's fantastic. So can't wait to see you guys on there. And we will be back tomorrow with the North London Derby. All right. And then Monday. No, that we'll see from there. All right. So from Brooklyn to all of y'all all over the world. Peace.
Leeds.
Thank you.